Okay, hello my friends. Welcome to this next tutorial looking at Starfleet 2 Krellan Commander 2.0. As I record this, we are on beta 10. Hopefully there won't be too many more betas before we go live. We're getting really close to getting this thing as bug-free as possible as I record this in mid-May 2023. So I can't wait to get this into your hands, y'all. So thank you to Savmass over on YouTube for pointing out that I need to be more mindful of letting you know which keys I'm pressing. I tried a few things that showed which key is being pressed, but it didn't ever look great. I never found a way that looked great, so I'm going to try to be more mindful in telling you which keys I'm going to be pressing as I press them. So I apologize for not doing that well enough before. Again, I'm very new to making tutorials, so please forgive me and don't hesitate to give me suggestions to try and make these better. So today, in this series of tutorials, we are going to talk about the engineering section. Now, engineering is the second. Engineering is the second thing on the main menu, and you can cycle through the main menu by using the period to move right and the comma to move left. Or you can just hit the corresponding key that's highlighted there, the E, for example. Engineering has several things. We're going to go over the very basics of what it entails today. There's also two tutorials covering teleporters that we'll go over in separate sections. So the first section in engineering is damage control. Now, right now we're docked. We haven't done anything, so nothing needs repairing. Everything is fine. And as you can see, these systems correspond to the systems up in the top right there, so it's very clear what's what. And when things are damaged, you can use this. You can use the arrow keys to add repair teams. See R period T. That's repair team. If something is less than 100%, you could highlight the RT number and add repair teams so they will hopefully fix things more quickly. Now, they can't repair hull damage, and if something is destroyed, they can't repair that either. So if something is destroyed or you have serious hull damage, you have to go back to a starfort in order to get repaired. But in the field, if you need repairs and you're not close to a starfort, and you're not ready to go back yet or whatever, you can do some field repairs here. Now, again, you can't repair everything, but you can do a lot of repairs here. And the more teams you obviously allocate to a thing, the faster it will be repaired. Teleporters are going to have their own separate tutorials. Now, there are several different things. There's several different things you see here: landing parties, boarding parties, personnel transfer, and material transfer. Now, landing parties and personnel transfers are going to be covered in the next tutorial, which is in the game, the Teleporters 1 tutorial. Material transfers are going to be covered in another tutorial, and then boarding parties, that's going to be covered in another tutorial. So all of these things will be covered in separate tutorials. So I'm not going to go into full detail here, but you can also get to the teleporters. So you hit E and then you hit T, but you can also hit Alt P from anywhere to get to the teleporters. So say you're at the main menu, you need to get to the teleporters for whatever reason, you hit Alt P, you're right at the teleporters. So that's pretty handy. Right there. And again, all these controls are in the hotkeys. See, there's the teleporter shortcut right there, and you hit enter, and you go to the teleporters. So that's the teleporters we're going to be covering in separate tutorials. Probes. This is just another way to control probes that aren't on the map. Say you want to you want to detonate a probe real quick, but you're not on the map. You can do it here as well. It's just another way to control probes remotely from here. Operations will come into effect later once we talk about upgraded battle cruisers. That's going to be in another tutorial later. because there are two different types of battle cruisers real quick. The original battle cruiser that you get in the early part of the game, and then once you get enough money, Krells, you can upgrade your battle cruiser with upgraded probes that can do a lot more things. But the very basic probes right now are all controlled by launch control. But once you upgrade, you can do more things in the operations control. We will cover that in a separate tutorial down the line. Don't you worry. The track beam, if you run into, say there's a ship you want to capture and you want to tow it back to Starbase yourself, or one of your escorts or a friendly ship has run out of power and there's no supply ship nearby, you want to tractor it back to a star fort yourself, or you found a probe and you want to bring it back into your storage, you can do that all with the tractor beam. So when you select the tractor beam, you select a target. Right now we don't have one, obviously, but when you are going to use the tractor beam, you'll use the targeter here to select a target, and your ship will turn around and automatic shields will turn off, as will your shields. You can't have your shields up while you're using the tractor beam. So it will ask you if you want to turn off automatic shields. You'll usually say yes because you don't want those popping on at the wrong time. And you can then tow your target, whether it's a captured friendly vessel or captured enemy vessel or a friendly vessel, back to base. Now, power systems. So power, you can get a little more detail. Like, see, you have your energy thing here on the lower right here. You can get a little more detail here by showing, how much power you have available to you. You can also get a quick schematic of your power system here, which is kind of neat. This looks very 1989, I think. Now, you see that up at the top there, the alert lights have kind of overlaid this overlay. I've already mentioned this to Trevor, the developer, so hopefully that'll get fixed by launch. It's not the biggest deal in the world. It just looks a little funny. Hopefully we can fix that. But this is basically the engineering schematic for basically how your engines how your engines work. Basically, it's pretty neat. I think that's neat. I'd have loved this in 1989. And then engineering data is a bit interesting because right now we could look at logistics. So see, we have 100% supplies, 14 units a day. If we have prisoners and whatnot, or we have fewer people on board because we beamed crew down, whatever, we can see how many units a day it's changed. So the other thing I want to show you is ship performance data, but for that we have to leave. So we're going to just go somewhere real quick. Let's just go over there. Let's just go over there. Check that out. So you need to actually leave Starfort and move a bit in order to get ship performance data. Because, all right, so now we're not going to get any ship performance data if we haven't moved. You know what I mean? And eventually you'll see that SPD thing in the middle kind of go off. That's when it's recording ship performance data. All right, are there any planets here we can orbit? Hang on a second. No. All right, let's try and find another. Let's go up here. And we go. All right, I just want to show you the ship performance data, but to get ship performance data, you actually have to have some performance data to share. So let's see. Engineering data. Ship data. Access. Yes. Oh, we don't have any yet. Okay. Guess we don't have any right now for some reason. Anyway, once you start recording ship data, that's where it'll be. Right now we don't have any, so I can't show it to you. but eventually that's where it'll be. So that's the basics of the engineering section. The next tutorial is going to look at teleporters and their usage in landing parties, making bases, that sort of thing. So as always, thank you for watching this tutorial. If you have any questions or suggestions, don't hesitate to leave them below in the comments. And hopefully once you've gone through all these tutorials, you'll be much better prepared to play this amazing game than you would be otherwise. So see you for the next tutorial. Bye-bye.